All right, so when that side shit come, I know y'all ready. But first off, this has been a journey for us. I want to say shout out to J.Brock for even making this happen. A lot of this shit was just a dream. It was a vision that was started off while he was doing interviews. And we turned that interview into a podcast, turned that podcast into a whole sitcom show. And then from there, we was like, look, we're gonna do this into panels. And these panels have been very successful. But on top of that, we said, let's hit the road with it. And I said, we can do that in like 2 years. J.Brock said, nah, we're gonna do this right now. He said, we're gonna do this right now. We was not supposed to be back here until 2026. But somehow, some way, they made magic happen and said, we still doing this another one before the year ends. And here we are in the valley with y'all. So first person that's gonna hit the stage today is my boy, Vonnie Ocho. A real Valley side person. If y'all did not know, now y'all do know. But another person that's gonna be highlighted today, Maximo, please hit the stage for the people. Yeah. I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all gonna learn a lot of new things tonight. If y'all didn't know something, y'all gonna learn something. Y'all gonna walk out of here with some good game, because that's what this is about. Nino I, please hit the stage. It's the I. And my boy, Cash Ali. Last but not least at all. Look at that shirt, confidence. That's how y'all gotta walk with it. He walked in it with it. But clap it up for the man in charge, the man himself, J.Brock. Yeah. God, love.
All right. Hold on, my mic is off. All right. How's everybody feeling today? Ooh, y'all silent. How are y'all feeling today?
Hey, we feeling good.
All right, come on. Y'all clap it up, make some noise for yourselves. We're pulling up out here. You know, we in the 818. We do these in LA. You know, but I start hearing people say how they don't see these in their city, so I'm like, it's time to travel. You feel me? And I felt comfortable coming out here, you know, to visit my 818 family, man. Shout out to Trump. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, by the way. You know, we out here, man. How my panelists feeling today? First of all, I need my panelists to introduce themselves. Y'all clap it up for these panelists, y'all. It's great to have y'all here today. We live on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram live, man. We in the 818. Vonnie Ocho, introduce yourself. Let them know a little bit about what you got going on. By the way, his whole outfit is from out of this country. This man travels the world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. Go ahead, bro.
Man, my name is Vonnie Ocho, man. I'm putting on for the 818. You know, I'm a rapper / you know, I want to say stylist, you know, and also like a creative director, yeah, from Pacoima, you know what I'm saying? Vaughn and Glen Oaks is where I, you know, came from. And I'm just trying to put on, you know, show the kids, like, you could do it yourself. And, you know, when they look around in their city, they be like, who do I want to be like? What's a blueprint? What can I start? Or, like, how can I create? You know, everything come from something. So I could be, like, another part of the cycle.
Straight like that. Y'all clap it up for Vonnie Ocho. What's up, Maximo?
What's the deal? My name is Maximo from Van Nuys, California. I would say I'm a creative director, photographer, artist manager, kind of like a Swiss Army knife. I kind of do a little bit of everything, marketing. I mean, anything in the creative space, you name it, I can do it. And yeah, man, just trying to put on for, you know, for the 818, trying to put on for, you know, the homies, you know, all my people, and anyone I can help out in the Valley or anywhere, honestly.
Shout out to Maximo. That's love. Nino Ave.
It is the Ave. We in a building. If you don't know, now you know. I go by Nino. I'm from the Valley, SFV all the way. 4+4. We from the 8. We never late.
Oh,
Check. Hold on. Look.
Come on.
Look. I represent peace and unity. My music it represents consciousness. You know. And no matter where you come from, we're about to explain where you can take this shit, because we haven't even took it to the highest level. It's so many heights. If you believe in yourself, this is what I'm here for. That's what my music represents. So I'm happy to be here, man.
That's right. Clap it up for Nino Ave. What's up with it, Cash Ali?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Cash Ali. I'm from Pacoima, California, 91331 and all that. Rapper, actor, dancer, just content creator in general. I be going viral, having fun. Yeah.
That's right. Shout out to that. Pass it to Vonnie Ocho. We officially about to jump into this thing, man. What does the 818 mean to you? Each one of you represent a different part of the San Fernando Valley. How would you describe the energy, the people, and the culture on your side of town?
Man, you know, so the valley is 276 square miles, you feel me? So
History lesson.
yeah, you know, so I'm from the East Valley, like Northeast Valley. So Northeast Valley and just East Valley in general, I believe is more like the original valley, you know, where they came and settled and, you know, they were shooting movies and they had, you know, the Warner Brothers and it was different people that was coming out here growing and had crops. So the East Valley was like the older, and then the West Valley was like more progressive. Like if your family had some money, you could get a ranch in Chatsworth, you know, where Lucy and them live, like Ricky Ricardo, you know, and Richard Pryor stayed in Northridge, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like the vibe is always history with me. Like the Valley have a lot of hidden history. It's like a suburban metropolis. It's a place you could like raise a family, but it's still fast like a city. And, you know, a lot of people would come get houses, you know, before like IE and like, you know, Palmdale, Lancaster, like you came to the Valley. You know, it just kept getting further and further in the mountain. And, man, I just feel like the energy with the Valley is like cool. It's like a gumbo, like a mixing pot. You know, it's a lot of different races. We all integrate. You know, it's not like a lot of hate. Like when I tell you my 5 people I talk to, they are all different races that day. You know what I mean? And I think we all cool and we got something that we've been trying to push for a long time. And yeah, man, 818 all the way. We take a lot of pride in our city. And when you come out here, like, people gonna let you know, like, they're not even gonna tell you what city they from. They're gonna say, I'm from the 818, like, straight area code. And then if you find out the city, we friends, you know.
Well, shout out to that, man. Vonnie Ocho is very into the history of his city.
Yeah.
Maximo, what is that for you, man?
Man, to me, I mean, I'm from Van Nuys, California. Yeah, obviously, like Vonnie said, we rep the 818 everywhere we go. I think that's the easiest way to explain where we're from. And I mean, I think the Valley is just a diverse melting pot of creatives and people, you know, that all walks of life. And I mean, for me, like history lesson, like a lot of people don't know, like Van Nuys Boulevard was one of the places where like cruising first started, because it's like one of the widest streets. So people used to come out here to cruise, and then later on it expanded to other places. But yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's a melting pot of creatives, a melting pot of people hustling, trying to, you know, it's crazy because we hustle to try to move up and not get out of the Valley, but just live in a better place in the Valley, and then people blow up and then move to the Valley.
I was about to say, like, the Valley's the place to go.
Right? So it's cool to see. It's cool to see people, you know, it's underrated. I think that's the biggest thing. It's an underrated space of creatives.
Shout out to that. Come on. Clap it up for that, man. Shout out to Maximo. Nino, what is that to you, man?
The Valley is a party city, and I'm here to represent that part because I'm responsible for throwing half the parties, half the classic moments we had in the Valley through parties. So that's what I represent. I think that's what the Valley represents because, you know, the LA, San Fernando divide was kind of crazy. People like to separate themselves, but every time I was at the door and all the people from LA was coming to our parties. Why y'all coming to our parties? You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, exactly, because it's gold here, right? Okay, so I think that's what the Valley represents towards me, for me.
Come on, yeah.
Same question?
Yeah, same question. What does the 818 mean to you? How would you describe the energy? Yeah.
I feel like the 818 represents where everyone want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like my boy just said, everybody gets rich and come out here. Like me, I'm never leaving the Valley. I don't give a, I'm going to Chatsworth when I got mansion money. Them mansions in Chatsworth, they're amazing, beautiful, you know? Anytime I travel, I just want to get back to my city. You fit Porter Ranch too? I went to New York for 5 days. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. I'll never live here. I will never live here. I'm going to stay in the Valley for the rest of my life. I just think that everybody want to come to the Valley because it's safe, it's beautiful. It's all types of women here, all types of people here. It's all different colors. I feel like it's home.
Facts. Keep the mic. We're going to start with you.
Yep.
Who were the hometown heroes you looked up to, from local legends or older creatives, who showed you it was possible to make it in the Valley?
Honestly, it's not a lot of people from the Valley who made it. You know, like the few and far in between people don't really put on the Valley. Like Doja Cat, she don't ever really put on the Valley. You know what I'm saying? Kid Ink, he from the Valley, he don't put on for the Valley. So growing up, it was just the people in front of me. I have this close friend, his name is Tristan Bowen. He's like the first person I ever met who was actually successful. Like he played for the Chivas. That's like a really like famous soccer team, you feel me? And I went to one of his games and he famous. It's like a whole, like a square of fans specifically for him. It was all females. And he hit a goal, they got his name on the thing. I'm like, bro, it's possible. I don't even fuck with soccer, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, this is my homeboy and he famous, you know? After the game, he took off his shirt, threw it to the female. I'm like, bro, this is amazing. So I honestly always give the story about him because he was the only person that ever made me think like 100% success is possible and in reach, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's beautiful, beautiful. What's up, Nino F?
It's the yes,
That's
sir.
that boy Tag.
Heroes, I wouldn't use that term. I mean, I had big homies I looked up to.
For sure.
Shout out Brotherhood, shout out Amre, Don, and Nick specifically. They were responsible for opening a barbershop in the Valley, and that's where I see most of the culture in the Valley develop. Then they opened another shop, right? And then they did this all off of throwing parties. So to me, as a young pup, seeing that was those were my heroes technically for, you know, as a sort. That's what I seen. So that's what I'll say. I don't really. There is artists like you said, Doja Cat, even like Super Duper Kyo's from the Valley too as well. He went to Cleveland High School. I went to school. Yeah, he went to if you know, you know. But yeah, no, I mean, look, Nick Young, right? Didn't he? Okay, so there's some people, you know, Gilbert. Yeah, he went to Grant, right? So. Yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, as far as me, like I looked up to them because they did it right in front of me. And like, so I got to see it. I got to see everything, the money, how much is like, you know, and now I own my own barbershop. So technically.
Ooh, clap it up for that. Come on, that's a bar. Yeah. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I seen. I took the blueprint and I ran with it. That's it.
Fire. Clap it up for that, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My guy, Maximo.
Yeah.
What's going on?
For me, you know, being Latino, I think like Richie Valens, you know, from, you know, just hearing his music, seeing the movie La Bamba, you know, was a thing that showed someone from the Valley making it big, you know, worldwide, through music. But like personally, it was definitely homies. You know, shout out my homie here, Jamie, his older brother and his friends. They had this little group called the Outsiders, and they were just party dudes, you know, and they kind of taught us the way of everything, getting money, getting girls, you know, just being creative. They would rap, they would do all type of just figuring out, like, let's do this, let's try this. So I think they kind of paved the way of just like, hey, let's have fun with this and figure out what we want to do. Because at that time, like, gangbanging was kind of popping. We're like at the end of that, like, I mean, it still happens, but at the end of that era where it was huge, and we were just trying to figure out what we're gonna do, you know. So I think, yeah, Richie Valens and then, you know, homies around the area.
Shout out to that, for real. Sometimes, good, clap it up for that. Sometimes it is your big homies, you know what I'm saying, or your big cousins, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to that, man. What's going on, Vonnie Ocho?
Well, you know, Nino is from like the Black Dynasty business version of the Valley, like from Brotherhood, like with Henri and Don, and seeing them have multiple businesses. They was selling shoes, you know, and had stuff we wanted, you know what I mean? So I remember that was like some of my influences, and then being in parties, you feel me? Like Nino was saying, I was influenced by a lot of party promoters, because like a lot of party promoters, you know, in the Valley, they would make a lot of money in Hollywood, and then they would throw like big mansion parties, like big crazy parties in the Valley. And just seeing party promoters get money in the Valley, just seeing them entertain naturally, just because they was cool, you know, and they had a name of like, you could be safe here, it's women, you know what I mean, it's good music, it's not gonna be problems. And then it was also party promoters that, you know, get the other, don't go to that party.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? They everywhere.
So yeah, just coming up, seeing like piggybacking off kind of what everybody was talking about, like it was always like a hidden gem of like entertainment out here, and seeing people come up, you know, through the rankings in different ways. But partying was like for sure like #1 money maker, like no doubt.
Yeah, for sure, man. Clap it up to that. I know for a fact we felt safer in the Valley coming from LA. Especially if you was coming from them parts where it really go down. You felt like the Valley was a say, we going to the Valley, we straight. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, man. Shout out to that, man. Do you feel the Valley gets the credit it deserves in LA culture? Or what's missing from how outsiders view the 818? And what responsibility do you feel to change that narrative?
I think you get what you work for. You know, like everybody wanna, you know, be against LA, but like people forget LA got 40 years of culture. You know what I mean? Before we get to now. You know what I mean? Like you can't just replace Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Snoop. Like it's a lot of people. It's a lot of stuff that came with this. So like, I think it's our duty, you know, as well as mine, to like. You know, you get what you work for. So I didn't see people come down here and see it, you know what I mean, and understand it. I know that they watching. That's not like the hard part. I feel like the hard part is consistency of like, are we steady putting that out? You know what I mean? Steady doing it, because we have to flood the market. You know, you gotta put out 20 things to be seen once. You know, you can't.
That's a bar.
You know what I mean? And it's tougher now because we're not selling music no more. We selling convenience. So it's like if you putting out a lot of music, you making it convenient for your fan base to keep going with you. You know, but if you're not making it convenient for people to tap in with you, you know what I mean, then people's not gonna be able to tap in with you. So it's our job.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Take the responsibility. Shout out to that. Maximo, what you got to say about that?
Can you repeat that real quick?
Okay, do you feel the Valley gets the credit it deserves in LA culture? What's missing from how outsiders view the 818, and what responsibility do you feel to change that narrative?
Yeah, I think it's weird that, you know, LA people, like, I mean, I guess like we're all LA County, you know. There's always been that divide, which is weird because we're all, you know, LA at the end of the day. Like factual, like a fact, you know. So like that divide, I think has caused where like there's not that support, you know. And even in the Valley, I think it took a long time for people to be like, yo, I'm gonna support that and I'm gonna be vocal about it, because people support like behind the scenes, like, hey, I see what you're doing, but like they're not actually showing love, like or representing or pushing whatever movement, whatever brand, product, whatever you're pushing, you know. So I think that's first and foremost, you know, just supporting each other. I think that's huge, and it's still needed, because I feel like as much as we are pushing, it's still underrepresented in LA. And I think just keep pushing. And for me, like I try to rep the 818 wherever I go. You know, I mention it as much as I can. And you know, with I have an artist named ATM Danny, and with him we're kind of, you know, pushing that 818 narrative and collaborating with artists. Like we just dropped a song with G Perico, you know, South Central. We got a song coming up with Pilo from the Bay. So just trying to show that we can work with these people who are artists or whoever that is up there with the name. And I think just showing like, hey, we doing the same thing. Yeah.
Shout out to that, man. Come on, it's real in the 818. What's up, Nino?
Yo, yeah, they don't respect us. I don't understand it. But I mean, I get it though, because, you know, my family, I was technically born in LA. My family's from LA, from Watts. Well, technically, that's not LA. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
That's a deeper
For
conversation.
sure.
That's a deeper conversation.
For sure.
That's a deeper conversation. But you know what I'm saying? It's been like this ever since I was, you know, growing up, for sure. I don't know what the narrative is, I guess because it's safer over here opposed to over there. The amount of gangs or crime or violence over there, like they always like to associate that part in comparison to the Valley. Like, oh, it's safe, it's this. You guys can walk your streets at night, we can't. But I mean, we can play tit for tat. Like I've been through anything anybody in LA has been through. I've been through getting shot at, racial slurs out the car from different races. I've been through it all. Like like for sure. So I don't think like there's too much of a divide. There's a ghetto everywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And there's real ones everywhere in the world.
yeah,
too.
everywhere. You'll find it, and they come in different shapes and forms, dog. You don't know. Little dude can take you out, dog.
on.
Don't mess with people. That's what I be trying to tell people. Live your life, homie. But for me, I represent the 818 for sure. Like whenever I'm in LA, they know I'm from here. Like for sure. I say it, no problem. And I change the narrative. When they, oh, you're from the Valley. Yes, I'm from the Valley. They're like, dang, bro, you're this, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, I know, because I'm a real one regardless. It doesn't matter where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel like I changed the narrative myself personally. And I'll continue to change the narrative. As soon as they meet me, see my energy, who I am, what I represent, they can do nothing but respect it, because I hold everybody at a certain respect level.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. Come on, y'all respect that for sure. Cash Ali.
I think that, like what you said, especially in the hip hop community, it's like the respect comes a lot from how dangerous it is. You know what I'm saying? So like, just because the Valley in total only has pockets of danger, the hip hop community, I mean, I'm an artist, so I'm in that community, is like looking down on us because we only got little pockets of danger. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to LA, it's like, it's a different hood every street you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's numbers out there, and 2 is a different hood than 3, and 4 is a different hood than 6.
Sure.
So it's just like, I think the danger aspect is like why people don't respect it, but I don't give a fuck about dangerous. I like walking my dogs and feeling safe. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I don't care too much about that. So I think that it's just on us from the Valley to make sure that we show out the way that LA do, because I love LA. And people from LA love LA so much, they hear something from LA, they're gonna put on for LA. I think that not a lot of us do that for people from the Valley. So I make sure that I'm doing that and pushing the bar and taking myself to the next level, so that when it is time to accept that Grammy, it's like I'm from Pacoima, California, and then it's 6 other motherfuckers in there from Van Nuys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put my city on my stomach, you know what I'm saying? 91331 on my stomach. So it's like, we just have to make sure individually to put on for where we from.
Come on, yeah, clap it up for that. You gotta rep your city, man.
Absolutely.
For sure. I almost said rep your set, tripping. Shout out to that though, man. Every creative from the Valley has to wear multiple hats. Why do you think that is? For Maximo, creative direction, you know what I'm saying, and whatever else you got going on. Vonnie Ocho, it's artist and brand owner. Cash Ali, it's artist and influencer. And Nino, it's artist plus community voice. How have those lanes blended for you all?
Specifically for myself, I just always wanted to do music since I was 11 and started dancing. And dance became my thing that I was known for. I was like super popular in high school. But the thing that started working was social media, but for my music though. So it was like I had to put on that hat as an influencer, and I don't even think it's just the Valley, it's pretty much anybody in entertainment. We have to do multiple things, because it's like everybody in this room probably got a social media account. Everybody's utilizing it, you know what I'm saying? So as an artist, it would be stupid not to utilize all these other aspects of, you know, creative directing or social media or YouTube, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's gonna put our music out there more, get our face seen more, I feel like it's our responsibility to put that hat on too.
I feel that. If it's in your heart, act on it, do it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Okay, every creative from the Valley has to wear multiple hats. Why do you think that is? And how have those lanes blended for you?
For me, you said community voice, right?
Yes.
Well, like my upbringing, like when I was in high school, I met a teacher. His name was Fluke Fluker, and
Fluker, what a name.
Yeah, he's from New York. You know, yeah, he's a real one. Navy SEAL, everything. Oh, my bad. Everything. My bad. Yeah, his name was Fluke Fluker, and he pretty much like. It was one day he had a black and brown assembly at our high school, and I wasn't really, like, I never thought of anything community. I'm not thinking of my race. I'm not thinking of where I came from, my roots or nothing. This dude put us all the Mexican and black students in our school in a room to talk to us, to tell us how much power we hold. Learn about where you came from. So since that, I became a part of the Black Student Union, right? And then I became the president of the Black Student Union.
Come on.
After. So So I got involved with helping my people out because I feel like we are already 10 steps behind, right? And it's tough to get to where you're going, knowing certain circumstances are upon you. You can't do certain things, you know what I'm saying? So I kept that, right? So when I transitioned to music, like Word is my first song, and you know, it has references to Martin Luther King in there. It's talking about my uncle, he was from Fruittown, he got killed, you know what I'm saying? This is all like stuff that happens in our community. So I kind of tied those two together, and I wear the community hat. I can be the voice for the people. In terms for different hats for social media, yes, I put on those hats. I try to learn the algorithm and how to make short form content because that's what trends or trendy noises, dances, anything to catch attention, because especially my genre, like my lane, doesn't get highlighted a lot in rap. It used to, but it's a lost art form apparently, but that's like, I feel like those are the hats that I wear for sure.
For sure. Come on now, y'all clap it up for that. Maximo, I didn't mean to say whatever else you do. Hey, we had a conversation prior, so I had to take that part out. That's saying it was too much going on in my mind at the second.
I've been forgetting what I do too. I think building a strong network, regardless of what you do, any space is important. For me, I started in creative, photo, video, directing, and music. Worked with a lot of labels. Then went into a little bit of merchandising. Then went into producing a podcast. After a podcast, went on a radio show as a host. So strangely became like from behind the camera to going in front of the camera. Developed the artist, manage him, and I also do like philanthropy work with this nonprofit that takes soccer to Central America. So it's been interesting because you don't realize it, but at the end they all connect somehow. And there's ways of connecting everything to kind of, I wouldn't say benefit me, but benefit whoever it is, whether it's a client, whether it's a kid, to take advantage of that. For photography, one of our clients, me and my buddy, it's a Shoe Palace. So through that, I got shoes and connected that with the nonprofit to send soccer shoes to El Salvador. And then from there, I got Danny on a campaign with New Balance. And it's like somehow I'm able to connect every single one somehow, some way. Or even just knowing hey, we're doing this fundraising for this. Let me hit up this label. Let me hit up this artist. Let me hit up this brand, and see hey, we're doing this. Can you support? Can you not? Can you promote? So at the end of the day, your network is your net worth. It's cliche, but it's real. And yeah, man,
That's beautiful. Yeah. I hear where you're coming from, because I think that has a lot to do with you living in your purpose. When you live in your purpose, you never know where that's going to lead you. Right. Me personally, I give God, I give Jesus all the credit and all the glory and praise, because once you start listening to God, everything opens for you, but 100%. You have to listen to him. In the moments that you don't have it, in the moments where it ain't a gang of people there, or you feel like you don't have the support, when you continue to push forward in your purpose, that's when those doors open. So shout out to that, man. Y'all clap it up for that, man.
Nah, for real. Hey, man, for real. And yeah, man, shout out God for that, because I think I grew up in the church. So growing up in church, you kind of learn, and even though, in the space we're in, well, obviously we know what we get ourselves into, what we do, and maybe it ain't right in God's eyes, but at the end of the day, the what's implemented since the kid is there, and you gotta just keep pushing that.
Come on, keep pushing it. Let's go. Yeah. Need the question again?
Run it back. I know many hats. We rock many hats.
You wear many hats, and how have those lanes blended for you? So you got the clothing, you got the music, the creative direction. How have all of those lanes blended for you?
Man, clothing saved my life. Cause, bro, I remember I had friends who had brands before me. I didn't really want to do a brand, and I just remember sitting back, just watching the process. I had a lot of friends who had a lot of different brands, this was going down, showing me, what they putting into it. And it used to make me happy though. I used to sit there and be like, man, that's kind of tight. So basically I make it, and then somebody like it, and then we connected forever, you know what I mean? So it reminded me of music, because, you know, music is about what you say, like getting people hooked to what you say. So I'm like, all right, clothing seemed a little simpler. It seemed, you know, you put it on and then people like it, you know what I mean? Instead of you saying something to get people to like it. But I felt like it was the same thing. And it worked out cool. Yeah, I tried it out, and I just seen the first thing to get it to the people was always just give it away first. Like, you know, you put the money into it, but don't worry about like, oh yeah, I'm a profit today, because today, getting rich today don't mean you gonna count tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of people who done made money today that we won't care about tomorrow, you know, so legacy is a big thing. And yeah, man, I'm just glad that it blended, because, you know, I got my downtimes, I got my seasons, you know.
Oh, for sure.
It's seasons where this is better than that, you know, or they both together is good, you know what I mean? But it's about, you know, I always think of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, we care more about the shoes than his games. And like, don't get me wrong, we watch all the games.
That was a bar. Hold on. That was really a bar right there,
You know,
for sure.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man? Like, we love Michael Jordan. We know he's one of the best ever, but the shoes outlasted the game. And I want to be that. I want something to outlast me, because in the end, something's gonna fade away. You know what I mean? And when his game that some people wasn't born to see, you know, he still got that shoe. You know what I mean? People be like, man, I want the Michael Jordan. Never seen him.
Every age.
You know what I mean? And they come born, like, at the age of 4, Christmas time, it's Jordans. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, man, that's my take on it.
Come on, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. What's your process when inspiration hits, whether it's designing merch, directing visuals, or writing verses? What do you do? What do you tap into creatively, and what's a moment where the process felt divine or undeniable?
I always be like, okay, what's missing? Or I want to feel like a kid again. I'd be like, all right, so as a kid, what was hitting? What was like, man, if you see somebody with this, like, they had to have that. So I'll think of them moments, you know, like, what's undeniable, what's gonna get to the people, simple, but like still stylish. Try to make it still the same, you know what I mean? Whatever I'm doing, I want people to identify with what I'm doing. I don't want to be too out of touch, but you know, it's just like people who put jalapeno and cornbread, it ain't for everybody, you know, it's a little different taste.
Facts,
you
facts.
know what I'm saying? So I'm big on that. What's missing and what can I add? You know what I mean? So creatively, I just I try to always go to the people that influence me, like make me want to get dressed, or make me want to like go hit up the homies and, you know, feel a certain type of way, or feel a certain type of energy, because, you know, music is supposed to give you that feeling, and your branding is supposed to give people that feeling. And I'm always looking for like, how can I like come aggressive and fly, you know, and make you feel good when you put on my stuff, or make you feel good when you hear me. So I think that's usually my creative process. Go to my influences, see how it feels to me, and what can I add to what's going on in the game at that moment.
Fire. Yeah, like shout out the shoes, like for sure. That was something I definitely had to have as a kid. On everything. Straight out of Japan.
Damn, man, for me, honestly, I just splurge ideas all day. It's kind of annoying. No, for real.
Why is it annoying?
It's just because I'm just like splurging, like, and then my homie be like, bro, shut up and just make one already. And I'd be like, dog, I just have, just my ideas just flow. So I just get my phone, man, someone takes my notes on my phone and makes every single one of those things happen, man, they gonna be rich as hell. But for real, and then for like at night, it's probably the worst. When my brain just, if I start, it just starts going. I can't go to sleep, and I'm like, damn. Like, and yeah, it's just weird. I don't think I have like a crazy creative process. My brain's just flowing all day. So yeah, that's it.
Process is flow. Go with the flow,
Just
like
go with
water.
the flow, man.
Come on.
One more time with the question.
What's your process when inspiration hits? Whether it's designing merch, directing visuals, or writing verses. What do you tap into creatively, and what's a moment where the process felt divine or undeniable?
For my creative process, it comes through living life, because I rap about life stuff, real life stuff. So you got to take a step back from the mic, live, go through an experience. When I've been through something, and I can get over that hurdle, I get writer's block all the time, but when I live life, I got so much to talk about. So honestly, it's like I would smoke, I would listen to an artist, specifically I tap into Mos Def whenever I just want to, when I get into my rap zone, I just turn on some Mos Def, then I go to Benny the Butcher, then I go to J. Cole, and then once I hear their songs, I'm smoking, I'm like, dang, and then I'll hear a beat, and I'm like, I'm starting to freestyle with the lyrics, of the artist rapping. Mm-hmm. So just rapping over whatever they're saying, because I want to hear myself on it. When I get that, I turn that off. I go on my BeatStars, I put up, because I added so many beats to my BeatStars that I love over the time. Click one of them, zone out. I'm locked in, I'm freestyling, I'm going crazy. That's my creative process. I don't think I felt a divine moment during the creative process, but I felt it after I put out the music. A girl came up to me at Source Hookah. It was I had a performance there, and she was like, I performed my song. It's called Be Alright. And she was like, I was really going through a hard time, and she was like, that song really, I felt like the spirit talking to me, and I was like, yo, I was tripping. I was because I didn't think about that when I was making a song. But when she said that, that's when the divine moment came to me, oh yeah, you're supposed to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my process right there.
Yeah, shout out to that. That's beautiful. If I can share a little bit, I would call this a divine moment, right? I was working a job I hated. Long story short, I jumped into motivational speaking, right? So I spoke in front of this football team. It was probably 55 teenage boys in there about to get ready for a football game. And after I spoke to them, the feeling I felt was the same feeling I felt after playing football. And I said, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so now we're here today. Now that's my little short story. So yeah, y'all clap it up for that. Y'all clap it up for that. So what is that like for you, Cash Ali?
Honestly, my creative process, it's a few things. So before I record or any studio session, I pray. I give all the glory. Everything that I have is completely to Jesus. He saved my life, saved my mind. Everything, I would not be here, literally, if it wasn't for God. So I just make sure with my music, since I love it so much, I just gotta pray beforehand, because it's the music I do is not godly, but I know that He gave me the creative blessing. So I just really gotta hopefully get all the creative juices out every session. You know what I'm saying? Quick little prayer, nothing serious. But I record every day. So like you said with your nonstop ideas, for me, I learned myself enough to be you know what, let me just record every day. Even if it's just a hook, even if it's just an idea, just a melody, I have my home studio and I make sure that I just get to recording at least every day, because that itch in me, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to creating, I just make sure that I create all the time. When it comes to like content and shit like that, it's not really where my passion is, but I know I have to do it, so I'm consistent with that too. But music, I just make sure I have to scratch that itch, because I know the more and more you do it, the better and better you get, you know? So when it comes to the divine moments, I've had a couple that really mattered to me, you know what I'm saying? I think one of my first ones was after I went viral for getting posted by Chris Brown. He's my biggest inspiration. I got
life
invited.
Flex. So that was a life flex right there.
It was
Come on.
a good moment. And I got invited to his album release for, I think it was Indigo. And when I was leaving, he ran up to me and looked at me as an artist and was like, "Hey, bro, you hard as fuck. Keep doing your shit." You know what I'm saying? It was and it was without trying to be around. It was I'm leaving because there's too many people here. Let me get up out of here. And he stopped me. And I think that moment for me was damn, bro, I've been watching him my whole life, and he didn't see me as no fan. It was you're an artist, I'm an artist, and that respect, it meant a lot. You feel me? So, and it was crazy seeing all the people and shit, females I used to fuck with. not worried about me at all until this motherfucker talked to me. And it's like, fuck out my face. So it was cool seeing both those sides.
Oh, man.
Another one of them is a couple years ago, there was a show in the Valley. It was packed out. It was like 150 people there, and I was performing. And I love performing, like I dance and I love putting on a show. But my song, it's like one of my biggest songs. I think it is my biggest song. On the Side came on, and the whole fucking, it felt like the whole crowd was singing that bitch, and it was rocking. And that moment was like, it was just like euphoric, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing my people, seeing people I don't even fucking know. I'm like, damn, they really going up, you know? It was like a, what is that? Like a full circle moment, you know? I was exactly where I was supposed to be.
That
you know
good confirmation.
Bingo, you know, in my head it was thousands of people there, you know? So, yeah.
Shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. That's beautiful, man. So, yeah, clap it up for that. Yeah, I'll be like, should I say clap it up? Y'all tired of me saying clap it up for stuff?
Put your brand out there.
That's right. Okay, man, come on, Brandon, for real. Talk about that first breakthrough moment. When was the first time the Valley or the internet really noticed you? And how did that shift your mindset moving forward?
Social media changed my life completely. So you know how people say who you're around is like it matters? That's I experienced that firsthand, because before anything started working with me for music, I was doing it a couple years, but not professionally, you know what I'm saying? I went through artist development, and I literally got my mind right with God. I was crazy for like 4 years. I was damn near schizophrenic. I just went viral on TikTok because I told my story about, you know, I battled schizophrenia. You feel me? And I beat that shit with just God. You know what I'm saying? Like no medication.
That's right. Come on. All glory to God. Y'all clap it up for that for sure.
And once, like the second I got right with God, got in church, boom, left mentorship. I got around a couple people who was like super famous in the YouTube world. Was just around the right people, went viral immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just around the right people, got my mind right, and then it just worked, and my life been different ever since. You feel me? My boy Deshae Frost, shout out to him. He put me onto some people who work with WorldStar. They posted my freestyle. My first viral moment ever. It was like a freestyle. It was to that song New Freezer by Kendrick and Rich the Kid. It went stupid. That happened the same day Chris Brown saw it, posted me, boom, it snowballed, you feel me? So it changed my mindset in the way of understanding that, you know, you can't do it alone, because I used to think I could, you know? So as soon as I started seeing my only real breakthrough was because I knew somebody, I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm around the right people, and let me make sure that I'm being as consistent as these motherfuckers is, because I'm talking about camera every day in their face, and they going viral all the time, and I'm like, okay, this is why I went viral, because I was doing the same shit they was doing, you know what I'm saying? So it was like kind of taught me to be consistent and actually utilize this phone in our pocket, you know, because it works. That shit works.
Facts. That's the key to a whole lot. I'm so sorry, pause. Talk about that breakthrough moment, you know, when the first time the Valley or the internet really noticed you, and how did that shift your mindset moving forward?
How the Valley notice me? I'm not sure if I actually had a breakthrough moment yet. I think the closest thing to it is Westside Boogie reached out to me.
Fire.
He said, your music is hard, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, I was already a fan. It's crazy. I went to his like concert like months before this even happened, because I'm just a genuine fan, like of like artists like Buddy. Like it's just different. Like the artists I like to listen to, right? I like to see them live. So I seen him live. He had reached out when I was starting to release more music. And, you know, we made a song together, and then I actually brought him to like the barbershop I was talking about, where I hustled, and we shot a video. So I got to meet him and see like he signed to Shady, you know, Records. So an actual artist in the industry reaching out to somebody like near his style, and I thought that I felt like I made it after that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not I don't care about like the numbers. Somebody from the outside noticed my artistry and decided to give me a chance. So I think that's like my breakthrough moment right there.
That's beautiful right there. That's the confirmation too. Y'all clap it up for that confirmation.
Damn, I don't know if I actually have one, to be honest with you. I mean, at least in the Valley, when I did start like producing the podcast before I got on the radio show, I mean, my voice is a little raspy, so I've had a few people like be like, hey man, like, are you this person? Like even before, like I was in front of a camera, just based on my voice, and that was, yeah. I guess that could be a moment. I was more tripping out, like, yo, who the hell are you? You know. But yeah, I guess based on my voice, people just recognize me from the podcast and like the morning show, Power 106, and yeah, I would say just that. At the end, I think for me, it's more of like seeing people that are in the same space, just being like, I see you, bro. I know, me and Bonnie been knowing each other for a long time. We've seen each other's journey, and just him reaching out. I reach out too. To me, that's like those moments where it's like, hey, bro, like you doing your shit. All right, cool, man.
For sure. Come on. It's good to have homies like that. It's good to have friends like that. For sure.
Man, I think one of the biggest breakthrough moments. My bad. That's cool. I think one of the biggest breakthrough moments, definitely, I want to say it was like 2021. It was one of them years, one of the make or break years for me where I was in a lot of debt, and I had the brand going, and my mom's house used to be like, I could look out the window and see the store, you feel me? And my last like $5,000, into my pop-up store that my boy John Drino, shout outs Playoffs, he was renting me out some space. And I had been rapping for a minute, you know what I mean? I had some local success and I had some like California success. I haven't got to that worldwide where I wanted it yet, right? But I remember I was posting all week, stressed the fuck out, you feel me? It was like, I gotta get off that couch, you know what I'm saying? I had to go get that bag. And
I know where this is going.
Yeah, my investments had to pay off. And then, my girl looking at me like, what you gonna do, bruh? You feel me? So like, I'm like, all right, I gotta bust a move. I gotta make this shit work. And yeah, bro, that night, I cleared out all my debt, and it was a big amount, and I sold about 120 pieces, and you know what I mean? And
yeah, for real.
Thank y'all, man. And I remember, bro, just sitting down thinking like, stress could kill you, you feel me? And I still think about that shit. I'd be like, damn, God was really with me, like,
come on.
Like, and I was able to get an apartment, you know what I mean? And in California, apartment like $2,000 on the average, you know what I'm saying?
That's cap.
Yeah,
that's
like,
in Compton.
That's
probably
Watts. Like that's a studio.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
What I'm saying? Like a studio, So like, I just remember, man, them humbling moments of like, bro, I didn't have shit but my dream, and like, bro, this shit better work, and I gotta put on for the city, and like. I'm from the Valley, so then I got my boys, in different places. Man, we rapping for LA, bro. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just heckling me. But like, I just remember like, bro, like, fitted hats had came back in. The Dodger hats is always killing. You know what I mean? And bro, that was the moment. That was like my breakthrough moment that I remember like being able to like move out. Get back on my feet. My brand took off for me, and I was able to start getting real orders and stuff.
That's beautiful. Clap it up to that. Hold on to the mic.
Oh, my bad, man.
Trying to give it up, Paul.
I was like, damn, I was talking too much. I was like 15 minutes.
It's all good, man. Matter of fact, you can pass it to Nino. I want to talk about this. Nino, your car accident was life changing. And brought you closer to God, of course. Can you talk about what that season taught you about faith and timing? And for everyone else, how has faith and spirituality played a role in your growth?
Yeah, that's I'm still like getting over that situation till this day. I had a show in North Hollywood, and I was jazzed up the day of the show. I couldn't wait to go. Had a new fit. I always go over my music before I perform and everything. And I was on the way there, bro. I literally got into a car accident, totaled my car. And I just had to take a step back after that, because that just, timing is everything, right? And it's crazy that like, my momentum as an artist was building at this moment. Like, it was incredible. It was a great rate that I was going at. Performances nearly every 2 to 3 weeks, like open mics, anywhere I can get my name heard, I was there. So then, like, it was crazy for me that happened. And then, like I said, I had to take a step back in life and get myself together. Since that moment, I've been grinding like crazy to get back to where I was, or even further than I was when I started. It's crazy, man. It's like I have new like raps that I would love to release songs. Those are coming soon. I got a lot of songs in the clip I haven't even released yet, because I've just been living my life and getting in touch with God and myself, like personally. Like, I feel like that changed the trajectory for my fitness. Like, I felt like it was an out-of-body experience, and health immediately popped up in my head. Since then, like, you can look at my gym records, I never missed like 3 days every week since the start of this year in the gym. Like, legitimate. Since that happened.
Clap it up for the consistency. Yeah, for sure.
So that's what that's brought me to. But yeah, I'm getting back to the music though, for sure. I just, got a business, and my business takes 100% of my time and my energy right now as a new business owner.
Beautiful.
But I'm getting back to the music. Like, I seen you at the performance in Hollywood that I had. That was my first performance back. That's the first time I touched the mic. And you see me, I had a lot of energy, because when I touch the mic, bro, it's over. You gotta listen to me after that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you invited me here, and these are my steps getting back onto the scene right here from that point till now.
Come on, that's beautiful. I'm so happy that we're here for that. Yes, indeed. Clap it up for that. Does anybody else want to share their example or story?
Yeah, for me,
we got probably 10 minutes, so let's try to keep it.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I've had to, like, in a sense, rebrand or recreate myself so many times, and many times, like, people think I'm crazy for it. But for me, I think, it's faith. Before I got into like the music space and everything, I was a behavioral therapist for like 5 years. And, I had my hours set, I got paid good. And then telling like your parents, like, yo, I'm gonna quit that job to do photography. And they're like, you're gonna quit your job to take photos?
What you doing?
What's wrong with you, And even then, from transitioning to that, same, I got in a car accident. I broke my hand where you actually, the trigger finger on the camera, and then boom, the radio job came about. And it's just like the faith and, God just always opening new doors. I feel like as long as you believe and you be all right, you're gonna be all right. You just gotta know it comes with the battle, ups and downs. You gotta just push through.
That's beautiful. Yeah, clap it up for that. Ask and you shall receive. Come on.
Got you, Dad. Thank you, brother. Yeah. We only got a little bit of time, so I'll make it fast. I feel like before anything happened for me, before any success, like I said earlier, I wasn't into God or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in church, I grew up in foster care, so it's like you a job, you know what I'm saying? So nobody's watching after them kids. So getting into God and spirituality and Christianity as a man, it hit way harder because I needed it more, you know what I'm saying? Like losing your mind, your mind is all you really have, Our whole realities is in our mind. And I went from being like the most popular, charismatic, loved kid from 6th grade to 12th grade. I was like so well known. I was the best dancer in school, killing everybody off, like winning contests for dancing, all types of shit. Like all the girls wanted me. It was like a dream life in high school for me. From that to just right after high school losing it for 4 years straight, I became so different, like really literally losing it, you know what I'm saying? Tried to kill myself, all type of weirdo shit. And then from that, finding God through all of that, to just seeing life change immediately when I got right with God, it was like, it completely changed who I am as a person. Like I don't feel that, I literally feel anything is possible. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? I got it tatted on me because it's like, I was, the situations in my mind were like, people go to homes because of that, you know what I'm saying? For me to just completely rely on God to take it away, and he did, it's like, what else can he do? He can,
Come on,
you know
come
what I'm
on.
saying? Like, and he do everything.
fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm paying bills off of just artwork. You know, I already feel like I won. You know what I'm saying? It's like it completely changed how I walk into rooms. It completely changed how I make music. It's like I can do anything that I want to do, literally. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm just right with him, and it works. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you
Bingo.
shall find. Come on. All right, I got 2 more questions. When people mention the 818 in LA, when people mention 818 in the LA conversation, what do you want them to feel, and what's the legacy you all want to leave behind for the Valley?
Man, a fly ass culture, like always learning is so big. You'll always learn something out there. Cause I've been here my whole life still learning about it. You feel me? Like I don't feel like anybody in the Valley can say they've been around the whole Valley. You know, so, and when they talk about us, just be like, man, they fly, they cool, they prosperous, you know what I'm saying? And you go out there to have a good time, and we ain't looking for no trouble, but we ain't turning it, down either.
Lord
know what
have
I'm
mercy.
saying? So,
Goodness gracious.
we just, but we LA too. Y'all 15 minutes away, same rule apply.
That is not the truth. We are 45 minutes away.
Man, no traffic, 15 minutes. No traffic, 15 minutes, man. But yeah, and legacy just, yeah, man, we got good music. We'll be able to be diverse. I think the 818 sound could go anywhere because, we all integrate differently, you feel me? Like races wise, so we listen to hella different shit. Like coming up, we probably all listen to not just rap, you know what I mean, at all. So I feel like we have a broad area we're gonna take it to. So yeah, 818 all the way, baby.
Come on, 818 all the way, baby, yeah. What's up, Maximo?
Yeah, I think it's just show the same type of love. I feel we support LA artists. It'd be dope if they support us the same way. You go to any LA artist show where the Valley dudes are out there buying the tickets, buying the merchandise, streaming the music, watching the YouTube. You go to a barbershop, they got the YouTube running all these videos up. So I think show each other the same love, same brotherhood, Southern California family kind of thing, and I think that'd be the coolest thing if we saw that.
Come on, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Come on, when people mention the 818 in the LA conversation, what you want them to feel, man?
We're family. You know what I'm saying? Every family has a brother, cousin, sister, and a mother, right? So if LA County's right here and San Fernando's right here, SGVs, and shout out to San Gabriel Valley too, because they're Valley too. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
But say they're all relatives to the same place. We all family. If you're looking at California as a whole from the outside, you think of LA, nobody in like Amsterdam is gonna look specifically at Figueroa and Adams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're gonna look at Los Angeles as a whole, you know what I'm saying? So I think we're family, and then for legacy, be a voice. Be a voice for people.
Come on, be a voice, yeah. All right.
What was the first part of that question?
Okay, so when people mention 818 in the LA conversation, what do you want them to feel?
I want them to feel that we here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get the recognition being from the Valley. So I specifically talk about music because that's where my heart and soul is at, you know what I'm saying? I want hip hop to understand that the Valley is also a part of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I think that's on us one of us to be the main person who blows up from the Valley and put everybody else on.
Come on, and my last question. Clap it up for that, y'all clap it up for that. My last question, describe the 818 in one word, and if there is, and if the Valley had an anthem, which song would that be?
Damn, that's crazy. In one word, the Valley in one word, I say diverse. There's a whole lot of shit going on here. And an anthem, shit, my song, On the Side. Because when I performed it, everybody was screaming that motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. Fine.
On the side, hey. The word underrated. Definitely underrated. We're underrated, underdogs, underrated, however you want to phrase it. And yeah, Hood Politics is the anthem. My song, you know, go one.
Beautiful. I love all y'all gonna say your song except for Maximo.
Hold on. Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go ahead, say it.
1, never leave the house without your funds. 2, check them fake niggas in your crew.
Yeah.
3, never let them smoke all your weed, and this is how it be in the SFV.
Come on, yeah, y'all clap it up for that. That sounds like an anthem right there. What's up, Maximo? What you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just add to them. I'm gonna just say fun. I mean, people come out here, have fun. I think everyone, you know, good energy. So we have fun, and I'm gonna be biased too. I'm gonna say my artist song. I'm gonna say ATM Danny, what's your motive? Because the bar that stands out is like, what's your motive? Put the work in, get promoted. So, you know, you just gotta put the work in and get promoted, man. 818.
Come on, 818, where it's great. What's up, Vonnie Ocho? Woke up broke, went to sleep with a bag.
Man, you already know the deal, man. Stop playing. If I was gonna say one word for the 818, shit, I'm gonna say the future. You know what I mean? I feel like you're gonna see way more people start to say they from out here. Like, it started with the Kardashians. They got the bag, you know what I mean? And then they got the 818 tequila too, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's already in motion. The future, the 818 is the future. And shit, you know I'm gonna be biased, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs, you know what I'm saying? J.I. produced it in the crowd, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Big Valley
Yes,
side,
indeed.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna have to go with Warbucks, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Valley side got the world saying that, you know what I'm saying? We out, 818.
Ooh, y'all, that's how we gonna end that. Clap it up, make some noise for the 818, for real. I love how he did that. Chill, send us out, man. Yeah, y'all clap it up for that, man. Y'all clap it up for the 818, for these panelists up here. Let's get some group pictures and all that stuff. Appreciate all y'all for pulling up on us, man. It's love. Until next time.